Wilmington, North Carolina cops were caught on a police audio recording saying a new civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map, longing to, quote, start slaughtering them and using the N-word repeatedly. Quote, I can't wait, God, I can't wait. More Wilmington, North Carolina cops were caught on a police audio recording saying a new civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map, longing to, quote, start slaughtering them and using the N-word repeatedly. Quote, I can't wait, God, I can't wait. Wilmington, North Carolina cops were caught on a police audio recording saying a new civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map, longing to, quote, start slaughtering them and using the N-word repeatedly. Quote, I can't wait, God, I can't wait. Wilmington, North Carolina cops were caught on a police audio recording saying a new civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map, longing to, quote, start slaughtering them and using the N-word repeatedly. Quote, I can't wait, God, I can't wait. More from a local news report on this.
Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Kol Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with all sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayash at Double Dot, the house of David of the elect men 144,000 and the 1/3. This is Ayaz Shaddad from Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp. Alright, I am going to go over this video as you've seen in the opening clip, and just, go through this video a little bit and talk about E and and what he is what he's doing and why exactly he's doing it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start and reveal who he is. So let's go ahead and start in 2 Thessalonians, and it is going to be chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 3, and it reads, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Verse 4, Who opposeth the exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Alright, so who's exactly is that talking about? Okay, who's it talking about? It's talking about Esau Edom. And how do we know that it's talking about Esau Edom? Because it tells us in the scriptures. Alright, it's telling you, it's telling us in the scriptures that this man of sin, the son of perdition. Alright, and let's go ahead and go to John. Slovakia. We're going to go to John. Eight. Slovakia. Go to the book of John, chapter 8, and verse 44, and it reads, Ye are of your father, the devil. The lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. So Esau Edom is always telling a lie. Always telling a lie. Continuously. And you know that he's always telling a lie because it's here in the scriptures once again. All right? Let's go to Psalms. Go to the book of Psalms 58. Psalms 58, and it's going to be 58, and it is going to be verse 2, and it reads, and it reads, Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. So who's the most violent nation on this planet? Esau, Edom. They have gotten their riches and have gotten their land from rape, robbery, murder, and so on and so forth. They are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Continuing on, the wicked are astray from the womb. So as soon as they're born, they're wicked. They are astray from the womb. They go asunder as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Speaking lies. Everything that comes out of Esau Edom's mouth is a lie, has an agenda. All right? Thus saith the Bible. Continuing on to verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf added that stoppeth her ear. So these freaking Esau Edom, all right? They have been wicked since day one. They have been wicked since day one from the womb. And continuing on. If you go back in the beginning when Cain killed Abel, that's that same spirit that Cain had. And just for edification's sake, let's go to it. For edification's sake, because that's the same spirit. That's going to be the book of Genesis. It's going to be chapter 4. Chapter 4, and let's start at verse 4, and it reads, And Abel he also brought of Salakia. Let's start at verse 3. And it reads, And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh. And Abel he also brought of firstling of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had responded unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not responded, and Cain was very wroth. So Cain was very mad, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? Here goes the point in verse 7 and 8. if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? All right, so if you do well and you offer the right offering, shall you not be accepted of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? This is Yahweh talking to him. All right, and continuing on. And if thou does not well, sin lieth at the door. So sin was already in his heart. So that goes to show you in the beginning that same spirit right there was in Cain, which followed into Esau, Edom. Because if you believe in reincarnation in the Bible as it is, then you understand this. All right, continuing on. And unto thee shall be his unto he shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over them. Rule over him. Slakia. So it shall rule over him. If you if you don't do well and you have that lack of better words, malice and anger in your heart, it's gonna rule over you. Alright? Continuing on to verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel. He rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. So Cain killed Abel, slew him. All right? So that same spirit transferred over to who? That same spirit is who? That understands, that's how we understand the wicked, the man of perdition. Because who was wicked? Was not Cain wicked? He slew his own brother. All right? He slew his own brother. And then Yahweh goes on to ask him, and he said, and Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? and he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Now, if you're, it's like if you're an 80s baby, 90s baby, and you watched the movie New Jack City, and he says, am I not my brother's keeper? I believe that's what Wesley Snipes and Ice-T. Am I not my brother's keeper? That's a quote taken from the Bible, obviously. And it says, and they said, am I not my brother's keeper? And this is the same thing that Cain said to Yahweh. All right? And in that same movie, Wesley Snipes killed his brother. All right? Slakia, didn't mean to jump off. What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. All right? So let's see what else and who else this applies to. All right? Who else this applies to? Because this is finding out and understanding really who the man of perdition is. The man of sin, the wicked, is. And why that these things are over here. Let's go to Salakia. Let's go to Romans. And it's going to be Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. And it reads, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. All right? Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Let's switch in Slakia. Let's go to the book of Malachi. Let's go to 1 and 2. And it reads, I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob? Slakia. Yet I loved Jacob. All right. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So he hated Esau. He hates the nation. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai hates the nation of Esau. And why? Because it's that same spirit. And what do? What does Esau Edom do? Well, once again, let's go to the 2 Thessalonians. We continue on reading 2 Thessalonians. It's going to be the 2nd chapter, verse 5. And it reads, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai told us these things. Who the man of perdition is, who the wicked is. All right? And now ye know that, verse 6, and now ye know that withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So Esau Edom is being revealed in his time. Continuing on to verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who knoweth will let until he be taken out of the way. And verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has a hatred for Esau Edom above all nations. His hatred is for Esau Edom. All right. Let's go to Psalms 11 and 5, and that's not excluding you 2/3, you other heathen nations, but the chief, his chief hatred, his most hated is Esau Edom. Okay, he hates them the most. Psalms Book of Psalms 11 and 5. And Yahweh, and it reads, Salakia, and Yahweh treateth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence is Salakia, his soul hateth. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, soul hates the one that loves violence, who raped, robbed, destroyed, still hates, which also has destroyed so much. All right, let's go to Psalms. Chapter 5, and go to verse 4. And it reads, "For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. For the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hasten all works of iniquity." And Esau, Edom are the chief of iniquity, are the chief of lies, steal, kill. They are the chief, and they do wicked at all times. All right. Let's go to Slovakia. And it reads, let's go to Psalms, Slovakia, chapter 7 and verse 11. And it reads, "Power judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day." So every day, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is sick and tired of you devils, along with the saints. Go into the book of Psalms. Salakia. Let's go in the book of Solomon, First Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 3. And this is why Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hates, because continuing on, First Psalms chapter 2 verse 3. "Talk no more for exceeding proudly. Let not Salakia, let not arrogance come out of your mouth, for Yahweh is a power of knowledge, and by his actions are weighed." So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you speak proudly and you exalt yourself. Let's go back. You exalt yourself. Continuing on. You exalt yourself above Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And you think that you you run this. And it let's go back to the First Thessalonians, Slakia, Second Thessalonians, and we're gonna go chapter 2, and let's go to verse 9. "Even him whose coming is after the works of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceitfulness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." So you have this delusion that you can exalt yourself as the Most High, and that you are the Most High. Esau, Edom. But I have a few more scriptures. Let's go to the book of Obadiah, and let's start at verse start at verse 1, and it reads, "The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh thy power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from from Yahweh, and Slaket, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. All right. Continuing on. Behold, I have made Slakia. Continuing on. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou hast dwelled in cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, how about Shimei Shai is going to bring you down to the ground? You understand that? Yeah, how about Shimei Shai is going to bring you down to the ground? And continuing on, Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Bashem Yahushai. Oh, man. And this is why. These are the reasons why that you're going to be brought low. Let's jump down to Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So your nation will be cut off forever after 1,000 years of slavery. All right? Don't be mad at me. You're already mad at Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? You're mad at him because you're undesirable. Oh, man. And to know that you're the wicked, Job 9 and 24. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. Who's running the earth? Who runs the earth? Whose military is everywhere? Whose petrodollar is everywhere? What's the standard, the currency? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. Continuing on. Let me close out. And I'll close out with this scriptures. For the day of Yahweh is near. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is near upon all the heathens. That's you 2 fucking thirds. You heathens. You heathen ass nations. You 2/3 of our own people. The undesirables. Lord willing, I'm not of that number. But you will be cut off and you will die in thermonuclear fire. Thus saith the Bible. Call Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let me continue on. And thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Right? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, comes in the volume of the book. That's Old and New Testament. Okay? I'm going to get these last two scriptures. And it reads, the last three scriptures. Let's just finish it. Last three scriptures. Obadiah 1 and 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be wholeness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joshua a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Let me read that part again. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall Salakia. Salakia. Let me get it together. And they shall captive. Salakia. And they shall kindle. They shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remnants of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. Continuing on to verse 20. And the captives of the house of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captives of Jerusalem, which is in, I believe that's Sepharda, Salakia. See, Fred, shall possess the cities of the south. Salakia, it's a small print, I can't see that. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All praises and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Till the next time, Shalom. I'm going to leave you with a little bit more information on this clip, and just to see how wicked Esau Edom is. And yeah, till the next time, Shalom.
They see themselves as an occupying force in black communities, and that's why they see it as an us versus them thing. So yeah, they're really going to serve the community when they see black people as the enemy in a civil war. I mean, it's just vile, disgusting. I'm glad that they were fired, and no police department obviously should ever employ them again. So many people harbor these thoughts, but cops have the ability to act on them. And when you, again, have a profession that allows you to play cowboy and tote a gun and get to feel really strong and put on a uniform and lord over people, specifically black people, which cops know that that's what they're able to do, and you make that the incentive structure, what do you know? You attract vile, bully racists who say things like this. More on this story from the Washington Post. Sitting in his patrol car in Wilmington, North Carolina, Officer Michael Kevin Piner predicted Black Lives Matter protests would soon lead to civil war. I'm ready, Piner told another officer, adding that he planned to buy an assault rifle. We are just going to go out and start slaughtering them effing N-words, he said. Wipe them off the effing map. Piner said, Jesus, African Americans, that'll put them back about 4 or 5 generations. Piner, a Wilmington police officer since 1998, began the recording by expressing his fury about the ongoing protests against police brutality and racial injustice in the wake of George Floyd's death. The officer Piner was speaking to, Officer James Brian Gilmore, hired by the department in 1997, said that whites were now worshiping blacks, adding that he'd seen a video of a fine-looking white girl and this punk pretty boy bowing down and kissing their toes, whatever the hell that means. Later, while complaining about a black judge whom Moore, another officer, called an effing Negro magistrate, God damn it. More added, it's bad, man, because not all black people are like that. Most of them, Piner responded. 90% of them, Kevin. 90 effing percent of them, Moore said. Soon, Piner turned the conversation to his belief that the Civil War was imminent and his intention to buy high-powered weaponry. After saying he was ready to slaughter black people, he added, God, I can't wait. As I believe that local news report stated, this audio came to light by chance. It was a part of an internal...
To a racially charged allegation.
A bunch of black guys are harassing me, yes. Harassing me. White lives matter too.
And ends with a violent act that's led to the criminal investigation of a white man accused of pepper spraying 5 black men who he claimed were harassing him. 2 of those men, who are cousins, spoke out today at their attorney's office.
I felt afraid. Had a couple flashbacks of videos that we've all seen in the same particular situations, and I still don't feel comfortable.
The incident took place Saturday afternoon at Cove Island Park. The man was driving away when he allegedly doubled back to confront the group that he thought was trying to launch a boat without a permit.
Who said we're putting the boat in the water? No one said that. We're hanging out.
The group was only meeting up at the park before heading to another beach. As he calls 911, someone asks for his name.
What's your name, sir? What's your name? What's your name?
My name is God.
God, okay.
God.
What's your last name?
A member of the group, who is an off-duty Bridgeport police officer,
Esau Edom just admitted it. He's God in his mind. Shalom.